The use of the death penalty in the United States is under scrutiny once again after the state of Alabama used nitrogen gas for the first time ever in January to execute a death row inmate. States have been searching for alternative execution methods as drugs for lethal injections have become scarce. But consensus has not been reached yet on what form of execution is considered the most humane.
Some states are looking at a return to the firing squad. Others are looking at electrocution. No method of execution should inflict gratuitous pain and suffering. And that is what states are held to as a standard.
The state of Idaho's botched lethal injection of a serial killer last month prompted renewed calls by the European Union for the United States to follow a worldwide trend and abolish the death penalty. In 2022, about 55 countries worldwide allowed capital punishment.
The death penalty fails to act as deterrent to crime. Quite to the contrary, there are miscarriages of justice still possible, and they are irreversible.
There are signs the tide is changing. 27 of the 50 U.S. states retain the death penalty in their judiciary systems, but only 5 of them executed people last year, putting a total of 24 people to death. And public support for the death penalty for convicted murderers among Democrats has steadily decreased in recent years, according to Gallup polls. Last year, only 32% of Democrats favored it compared to 81% of Republicans.
Concerns about fairness, equality, and simple justice, I think, are driving this change in the national conversation.
While acknowledging the concerns of those who want to abolish the practice, citing cruelty and the possibility of an innocent person on death row, New York Law School professor Robert Blecker doesn't see the death penalty going away completely.
The only moral justification for punishment is retribution. It's because some people commit crimes that are so heinous, with an attitude that is so despicable, that they simply deserve to die.
As a presidential candidate in 2020, Joe Biden vowed to abolish the death penalty. But under his administration, there have been some inconsistencies, analysts say. The Justice Department declared a moratorium on federal executions in 2021, but greenlit capital prosecutions for mass shooters in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and Buffalo, New York. Republican former President Donald Trump, who is seeking a second term in office, has suggested the capital punishment be used for drug dealers. Historically, however, the death penalty has not been a top concern for U.S. voters in election years. Verónica Valderas Iglesias, VOA News, Washington.